People often get confused about weather versus climate. Weather is more short-term, like it's raining today, or it's going to be windy until 4 p.m. Weather is short-term, but climate is very long-term. For example, at one point in Earth's history, the climate was very, very cold. This is known as the Ice Age. If a person doesn't understand the difference between short-term weather and long-term climate, one day of bad weather may cause them to panic. But most people don't panic about the weather because they understand, without even thinking about it, that weather is short-term. Weather is not climate. When we experience bad weather, knowing that this is not permanent puts our minds at ease. Unfortunately, teams only have one word to describe the meeting atmosphere, and that is just atmosphere. When we talk about meeting atmosphere, we don't tend to distinguish between meeting weather versus meeting climate. So it's very easy for someone like Takashi to assume that damaging the atmosphere is going to have a very long-term effect, because Takashi is not distinguishing between meeting weather versus meeting climate. Takashi is making a logical error, although he doesn't realize he's making a logical error. He's just confusing meeting weather with meeting climate, or short-term bad weather versus long-term ice age. Put another way, Takashi is worried that damages to the short-term meeting weather will cause a permanent, long-term meeting climate shift. To help Takashi recognize his logical error and relax his mind, we introduced timeline thinking recovery. Let's start off with a bad assumption, an assumption of bad meeting weather. Let's assume that Takashi's comment did in fact destroy the whole meeting atmosphere or weather for 2 hours straight. That's a pretty bad outcome, right? Starting with that assumption, we then ask the following questions.